keys, the E key or the space key. Right now, you're not going to have anything to do because you're waiting for players.
How do I let people join? Or is it like a server thing?
Yeah. So just anybody who wants to join at this point will open up the game and
we could do like a global thing. Like maybe we can have people who are watching it play alongside if you want to do that.
Sure.
I think it's 4 people only.
Yeah, it is only 4 people, but there are plenty of the server's big enough that it can hold. Like if somebody made a separate room, they can play it.
Nice.
So whoever is trying to join, all you have to do is hit multiplayer, and then if you want quick join or just join, and you can then type out your name.
I would say this game has a lot of charm so far. It's pretty cute.
Thank you.
All right, I'll open up the game right now, and then
Join me, Jake.
then I'll make an announcement because obviously, and then
My game's almost done down.
hopefully we can get a bunch of people watching this and then upload it.
Ooh.
Yeah. All right. Let me see.
Is there a way to like maximize the viewport of phases? Did I get that right?
No.
It's Fazzy.
Fazzy. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. It's like looking at my hand and it's sweaty.
Oh, there goes Dojo.
Oh no!
Oh, what happened?
Something has been up with the fire.
Something's up with the game, Jolt,
dude. All right. I was just adjusting the settings. Okay, I'll start.
All right, I'm gonna play now. Is it just me, or is Fazzy's stream like really just low quality?
It's probably.
I think it's always low quality because Game Jolt, and it's a stream and suppression or compression too. All right.
Okay. Ooh.
It's functional. Maybe. What is it? If you need additional footage, maybe just hit me up and I'll get some for you.
All right.
So we have Fozzie, Martin, J-Corn, and we lost Stojo.
Yeah. It's probably, I don't know if it's
probably an internet.
Oh my god, I'm in the game.
It's weird.
You are?
Oh.
There you go. Y'all can technically start playing.
Oh, okay. You want to go?
Perfect. All right. My stream should be working too. Let's notice multiplayer.
Yeah. I see it. Ooh.
Moving.
Okay. Internet cut out a little bit.
Awesome.
Oh, who joined?
Oh, it did.
Nice. You got through there.
Let's go.
Cool.
Really cool. Yeah.
This is awesome so
Let's
far.
probably do display capture. So I can
jump on the
capture
cannon.
screen.
Oh no. Okay, here. Let me get out.
Shot at.
I have so much stuff. I have display capture.
Oh.
Get the crabs.
Is that all 4 of you? You have
No. Stojo's missing.
I think
There's an aspect compression going on where I might not be
Awesome.
able to
Yeah,
see.
we got the crab.
There we go.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So we got 4 of you.
That's crazy.
This is awesome.
So, yeah.
Awesome. All right.
Do y'all wanna start the stream?
So should I announce?
Yeah, I think you should.
Announce it, wait,
Yeah.
announce
I'll
it,
make a
'cause I
quick
have to
announcement,
post
and then
about it,
we
wait.
can then wait for like some people to start joining, and then we'll be able to fully start everything. Yeah, I'll make a post.
I
If
think
you want to
it's
publish
ready.
a stream, you can. It'll like say buttons to publish.
Oh, right. That's I guess that's
Yeah.
something that I have to do. Publish Fireside. Just click it.
Yeah, just click the publish button.
Yeah, just click it, and then it should be published.
Automatically feature in community.
Awesome.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Fireside is live. The last thing about that
Yay,
tutorial.
I'll make a quick post.
Last thing I'll mention about that tutorial
Hang on,
is
I have to make a post about. Okay, I posted my share.
nice.
Go post yours. Everyone else.
Sure. The one thing I'll mention about the tutorial at the bottom is that you do have to use the drill to destroy the barriers. You'll know what I mean.
Let's get this ball rolling. Okay,
There you go.
there's the drill.
Oh yeah. All right. Let's see. Oh yeah. So we'll wait just like a few minutes to get everything settled in, and then we'll start doing the interview.
Nice.
Did that all by myself.
Mhm.
Ooh.
Hello, everyone.
Look at the game Jolt got talent. That's my first time announcing that. I feel so stuck. Is anyone else gonna play?
Yeah, hang on, yeah. I'm
I
just
have
setting
like
it
a
up.
bunch of crewmates here. I call them crewmates.
Roommates.
They
Run
were
them.
roommates.
Submarine guys, and I'm dealing.
Oh
with-
wait, what? I died. Okay, hold on. I'll be back. I'm gonna join it again because I was just setting it up. All right. Nice.
They changed your color.
Hold up. Did I post this twice? I'm so confused. Oh, I did. I think that's weird.
It's you. Oh my god, 5 notifications on this. What the hell?
All right. Very nice. I'll also ping everyone in the server because
Alrighty.
yeah.
Almighty. Alright. Here we go.
Going on.
So
Yep.
get that,
Here
get
it
that
is.
harpoon
Okay.
back. Get that harpoon back. I don't trust that.
Right, sorry, I was trying to get the
It's very relaxing.
All right.
Look at the blobfish!
Hmm.
Oh god, what the fuck is that? What the hell? Oh,
let me get it.
fuck it.
We got 9 Spooky and Flacky side of the Fireside. How you guys doing?
Oh my god.
If you're shooting this, you have bad aim.
Oh, nice. We're gonna join.
It's so mean.
My guy again. Oh, I died.
It's my first time playing.
How we doing, Maximus?
Whoever's down there, help me
Alright,
shoot. Wow. There we go.
Join this again.
Whoa! Get away
Whoa.
from that.
Join. Okay.
Someone command a second shooty booty.
Whoever's down there. Hello?
Boom.
Oh, I can't shoot.
Ooh, that's cool.
I'm just gonna go.
Oh. Alright, yeah.
All right. You want to start it, or you think we should still wait for a few more minutes?
I think we already started it. Or what? You mean the interview?
Yeah, we should start it.
I mean,
Oh, yeah, yeah, we
Yeah,
should.
start the interview. We're actually late.
Yeah, we'll just play the game and
Hopefully
Jake
we'll-
will
I'm
just...
gonna try to play and do the interview at the same time. Oh wait, if I do this, it would show up.
God.
Okay.
I mean, we're still alive.
Good amount of damage right there.
I'll do it
So
like this.
alive,
I don't know if
so
this is.
alive.
I won't be able to see both.
Balls.
So,
Alright, Jake, Grant can ask the questions.
Maybe. Oh my god, you won't let me shoot them. Right, you know what?
Or
Going
maybe,
down.
maybe we should stop playing the game because I think we're gonna get distracted.
All right, let's see
how you doing,
here.
Enzo?
You have a large amount of
Alright, you
questions.
guys want to
to
take another
ask
good
today.
chunk of damage?
Oh my gosh.
All right,
It's like the one
question
way you
number
could die in
one.
this game.
Oh, actually, you know, before I start,
I mean,
You get. Oh my god.
I'll explain to
We're
everyone
bad at this.
who doesn't know. Today, we will
Careful,
be
careful.
interviewing one of the party
Okay.
janitors. His name is SwagShaw, and he made a really cool game
Called
and,
Suboptimal.
Yeah, I
Hey,
mean,
shoot
we're gonna
this
be
down.
playing it. We're gonna be interviewing him, and yeah.
Cool.
Hold up.
I
Let me send the link. Let me send the. Oh wait, you already sent the link.
Yeah, let me
Yeah,
post it
so
one
we're
more
gonna be
time.
playing SwagShaw's game, Suboptimal, and I'll be interviewing him. If you want, you guys can join the server. And yeah, I mean,
Hi, Giovanni.
Yeah.
Glad to have
oh,
people.
does that mean? Is it just me or am I getting an echo?
That,
Oh yeah, I am.
that's just you.
weird. Okay, I fixed it. Yeah, I fixed it. All right.
Very nice.
So let's start it. First question. Now, I mean, not really a question, but more like something to begin the interview.
Whoever's down there, help me shoot.
Tell us a
Alright.
little bit about yourself and about what you do,
Fuzzy.
and what you are planning on working on in the
Fine.
future.
Try.
So, first I'll do a shout out to the team. So it's not just my work. This was a team of 10 that made this. We are under the label of Dynamite Stew. We started out
Interesting.
kind of like last year through GMTK. All of us started networking with each other, and eventually we got like 15 people, boiled it down to 10 for GMT for Game Jolt's party jam, and we have like 3 programmers, three sound. It was crazy working on all of it. What the kind of stuff that I do, I mainly organize and direct people. I would say that in a very official capacity. I'm a producer. It only like I've noticed it only really becomes a useful thing when like you have a large group of people. And definitely working with 10 is something that's pretty wild to me. I consider myself very very indie, still finding my way inside of the industry. Events like this feel like a huge foot in the door. So for Suboptimal, we are actually planning on making more updates and more additions to the game. We've been talking to publishers in different capacities of you know, what can we do for them and what can they do for the game. Some are capable of doing like small chunks of change. Some bigger companies that we haven't gotten like amazing replies from. They work with larger chunks of change. That was actually one of the great opportunities of winning this game jam. Was we were able to talk to publishers. It was almost like a semi-week-long like crash course boot camp on how to pitch to publishers, and this chance to learn about all of that was a really exciting opportunity. I would say that everybody inside of the team is always working on something new. We're super excited to be working on more for Suboptimal. Yeah, like stuff like more levels. We definitely want to do a shark attack level where like a shark is just following you and you're having to escape. Maybe a final boss towards the end, much like this one has. Yeah. What else you got?
All right.
Oh, and also Scott and Mousetrap. Thanks for joining in on the fireside.
Mhm.
I don't know. This is like a part of like the list of
All right.
questions we got, but if I could ask something, I know like game jams usually
Yeah,
have
you can.
games and all that stuff, but how did you incorporate the theme of the game jam to this game?
Yeah, so the theme was party game. Like we actually spent an entire day on figuring out what kind of direction we wanted to do for this. We as a team knew that we could do online multiplayer. We had worked with it before. It was something that we actually focused on as a team before the party jam, and it just like when this jam showed up, we were like, we can do this and we can do it online, and we were super excited about that. But then we talked about a bunch of different things that we could do with something like that. What's approachable in like 10 days for a game. And we were heavily inspired by Lovers in a Dangerous Space Time, I believe it's called. But we also realized that game was only a local co-op, and we thought it was a really cool opportunity to not only take it from space to underwater, but to make it an online multiplayer. So that was some of the logic that went behind. The trash can is popped
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
And,
Uh, Very nice. All right. Next question,
Right. Apologies.
really, it's basically what motivates you, and what is basically what inspires you to make games.
Sure. Just a meme of Mr. Krabs saying "I like money" is all that's really popping into my head. That's not completely true. I'm actually always inspired by the people that I find inside of the communities. Some just absolutely, it's weird. Asking what motivates me, I always find that motivation is more like you are motivated. You're not like motivated by something per se. That's not completely true, but like at the end of the day, I just know I want to be a game developer and I want to make a career out of that, and I want to surround myself with people that do that. That's what I saw this as an opportunity is just proving that we can do this as a team, as a whole. There are chances where you get stressed and you're like, oh man, this is tough, but like falling in love with that process is what makes everything worth it. At the end of the day, I'm trying to be a game developer, and the opportunity to develop games is just awesome.
Yep. All right. Also, basically, this is not really part in the list, but
What's up?
is there any developers that inspire you?
Is there any developers that inspire me? Yeah. I mean, like, I think I would say, of course, everybody that I work with inspires me, but it's been interesting through the last year. I've seen developers like Vimlark and Mrs. And like these people have become more on my radar of like what is it, Vimlark. I don't know if you guys have seen any of his videos, but he does a lot of tutorials on like what aspects of game development are like. And I'm on his radar these days, and it feels very humbling to have like gone through a process of watching somebody's YouTube videos, and then they're able to address you You know, like that's it. It kind of excites me. Not gonna lie, it's cool. I find it pretty neat that like
Yeah.
the game development community is so close knit that, you know, when you're there, you start to feel like everybody is some aspect of either in the same room or a small part of your family, kind of in the internet sense. Yeah.
Interesting. All right, another question.
What's up?
So, what do you? Well, this is not really. This is
Let me have
like
it.
something in the future. Like, what would you plan on doing in the future? Like, if you do. I don't really know. Hold on, let me see. But yeah, what do you plan on doing in the future, and how would you reflect on in the past?
What am I planning on doing on the future? So I have, of course, Suboptimal is trying to be a long-term project. They're trying to get funding for it. I have another project that I'm working on as well, but that's not necessarily like, you know, I have the projects that I'm working on right now. Those are my like 1, 2, 3 year plan. You know, when I hear a question like that, I hear you saying something like, "What's my 10-year scope?" You know, if I'm recognized by say a publisher or get a game out there by self-publishing and it does well, along with a team that is motivated to do the exact same thing, then it ends up with just like a cascading effect of other opportunities show themselves because we've sought it in that situation. You know, like we joked inside of Suboptimal we would love to do something like VR, but we don't have the resources currently, right? So you know it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So like we all want to do something in some aspect or another. It becomes a dream project. Like, you know, what's our hope for down the line? You know, I would love to work with a and 8. What's up, everybody? Y'all enjoying the fireside?
Yeah. Do
Cool.
you guys enjoy it?
Nice.
Yes, very okay. All right, let's see. Next question. All right, here. What are the main difficulties and obstacles you face during the creation of your game?
Sure. So suboptimal. Like I think there are 2 things that like really come to mind. One, any aspect of online multiplayer is a scope of risk. If you don't know it, you're in hot water. If you do know it, you're still in hot water. It's just always something to be cautious about. We're developing with Unity, and there's the plugin called Photon that allows for us to be multiplayer. But one of the biggest things to make for this game was actually the submarine itself, where having players inside of the submarine and the submarine moving inside of a play space caused so many bugs, and there, you know, bugs still exist inside this game, but like we're talking about like I think 4 or 5 days in on a 10-day jam, we were experiencing some still heavy stuttering inside of the play space, and it's you know, it could be really terrifying approaching online multiplayer. Like this would be way easier if we did local player, but we had some high expectations for ourselves. Yeah. So you guys got 2 keys, and you got a map up at the very top that can direct you to the keys that you don't have.
Yeah, I checked this out before.
Uh,
Is this the
I
map?
didn't
Yeah,
see.
someone's using it right now.
Mm, okay.
Ooh, okay. Very cool. Okay, so another question.
What's up?
What are some of your favorite games? This is just
Uh,
like, based
sure.
on
Yeah.
yourself, nothing.
Yeah. I'm kind of a tryhard. I like Dark Souls and Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
These days, I don't play as many games as I wish. Oh, also another game that I really love is Lethal League. Um, it's a very fun indie game. It's like dodgeball with bats. Um, but I don't actually have a lot of time for playing video games these days because I'm making them, which is it's
Yeah,
it's
no,
it's a
I get what you mean. It's like a very ironic thing.
yeah. Kind of
Like,
makes
oh,
me
I
sad,
want to
kind of
play
makes me
games,
happy.
but wait, I'm making them. What do I do?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from. That's understandable.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So,
Mhm.
another thing. How
What's
did
up?
you find your way across making games? How did you find your way across game development?
Yeah. So game development, like at least for myself, it was kind of a process of like getting out of college and trying to think of what I'd like to do, and I had a little bit of a nest egg where I could uh, I could approach video game development, and I had always known that I don't really want to work for somebody else. I like working for myself. I would like to be able to pursue my own goals, and even if I don't achieve them, I'll at least be happy with the fact that I tried to make it happen. So when it came to video games, like I just started grabbing up some Udemy courses, trying to absorb as much knowledge as I could, lots of aspects of game design. Inside of high school, I had some leadership skills and a little bit inside of middle school as well, where I was in charge of club activities. So I tried to combine like some social skills to game development. Like I'm not a programmer. I can kind of read code. I'm like adequate at art. I can give like feedback on stuff, and I can talk to people. And so all that really happened after like I amassed enough skills that I was able to partake in a conversation about video game development. I started doing game jams as quickly as I could, and as I say as poorly as possible, which I really mean. Like, I was happy with like any scuffy product that I made because I was making something to begin with, even if it was small, even if it was like, whatever. I was always wanting to be motivated to just make something. And I think. I always try to find and attract people like that, that are just happy to make something. Yeah, that's kind of always been the way that I've made games. Is like, after I've done one project, I try to be able to put it down and go to the next. And each time I've done something, I just try to do something better the next time.
All right. Very cool. Now, another thing is, let me see. All right. So, when did you first start, like, this basically the beginning of your game development career? I guess you could. When was it? When did you first start it?
Yeah. So. Again, out of college, I like tried to approach it. I had a little bit of a nest egg. I would say, gosh, let's just say 2014. I tried to approach video game development, and I failed miserably at it at that time. Honestly, I just like fell face flat. I used all my money to pursue my passion, and then I needed to get a job where I was working for somebody else. And fast forward to 2020, last year for GMTK 2020, I was able to practice a little bit of game jams before then. I think this was all around COVID. You know how it goes. I summed up another nest egg by working as a bartender. All in the meanwhile, looking at videos, doing Udemy courses in the background. And then I finally had free time with being fired. And I won GMTK as a top 20 entry in a, in what is it? There were like 5,000 entries. I think really I got lucky. I think we, as a team for GMTK, we did great. But sometimes it's just, I think, perseverance that goes into that. So I started kind of early. I failed. I went back at it when I had time and I had the money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Because I think we all have some experience with canceling projects that obviously were like our first and whatnot.
Yeah, 100%.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Another question I think we'd like to ask is how did you come up with like, I don't know if this is something I already asked actually, but how did you come up with the like the general idea of like exploring the underwater to find these keys?
Yeah,
And
so
then get to the squid boss, which I think it's the squid boss.
it is a squid boss. It is a squid boss. Y'all have by the way been surviving on a very small sliver of health, and I want to commend you for that. I think there is
Look at
some
that
help around
grind
here.
with a sliver of health.
Yeah, that's the y'all have me worried.
That.
Y'all have me worried. Not
There's
gonna
a map here.
Oh, there's a map?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a
Oh.
map. I'm trying to bring you guys to these little areas.
I just realized there's a map.
You definitely got to tell them to where to go, because when you bring it up, they can't see it. It's just local space. So
Yeah, good point.
How we approach the game design. Something that I think all of the teammates who've made games have experienced is, what is the minimal viable product, and what that means is, how do you make a game that you're trying to make without just having a million different features that you can't make in 10 days? So, when we originally were talking about making this game, we didn't have as many, or we had more stations inside of the submarine than what are inside of the station inside of the submarine right now. So like, you have a shield, you have cannons, you have drills, you have a navigation, and you have a map. That's 5. That's already a lot of work for a programmer to make. We had 3 programmers that were capable of doing this, I believe. And gosh, so it's kind of like 2 questions. One is like, how did we design it, and what gave us this underwater?
Insight on both, if you want to.
Say again.
You can give insight on both if it's like a double question.
Yeah. No. I'm just kind of unpacking it.
Yeah, that's fine.
So like, I'll go back to the minimal viable product, but like, when it comes down to how we landed on an underwater theme, we did not want to be a carbon copy of Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time. We wanted to do some very similar aspects of it. Like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of situation. but
Yeah.
it's kind of like, especially for a game jam, especially when like the rules are saying like no fan games, we wanted to make it our own. So it came down to a question of, all right, this game design sounds cool, but how, well, like what will make it look different? Because I think appearance is like half the battle for any type of game you're making. Like what is going to be different? And I don't think we had a lot of different things. When somebody said underwater, it just like clicked. It's like there's people inside of a submarine, works inside of that environment. We can make that happen. And so we just said, all right, underwater, lovers in a dangerous space-time, it's online multiplayer, and then going it back into minimal viable product. 5 stations is already a lot, but we have like a lot of stations that are repeated. We wanted to ensure that people were like running around, so there was a good amount of design that went into the submarine itself. We tried to make the characters feel as squishy as possible.
I think he did I think he did a good job on that. These are really cool characters.
That's awesome. Thank you.
I love the blobfish. He's so
By the
cool.
way, to answer your question, Doge from Game Jolt. The game is suboptimal. It's SwagShaw's game.
Wow, cool. Here, let me drop the link for you.
This is like the first time you've done this.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. In fact, let me go back through the chat a little bit, make sure I haven't missed
If
anybody.
I can figure out, or if I can,
Yeah,
if I
Doge.
can make my way.
We got
these little checkpoints.
41 and K.
Ooh, all right.
KJ.
So was
Swider.
that the entire question?
I think so.
Jazzy?
I think so. Just again,
Yeah.
what is the easiest way to make the thing that you want to make? We had a big team, so we could have some scope creep, but we tried to be very careful about that. Got Blue Girl 64.
All right. So I have a couple more questions, and then we could probably get to like the questions from the audience if they want to ask any questions.
Cool.
So another question: what are some of your like pet peeves? What are some things that annoy you in the process of making these games?
Pet peeves. I don't know.
It's hard to think about it when you are first asked the question.
Yeah,
Guys, we're about to die.
Oh my god, you're like
Yeah, I can see. I don't really.
Just realized.
Yeah, I think if you go up
Like 0.
and to the left, there should be some health. But you.
Okay, you're in a tricky spot here. You have the
Up and to the left. All right.
what's their fucking name?
Oh man, y'all are near the
Go
boss.
farm.
That's why it's spawning enemies.
Oh no.
Y'all.
I think it's.
I hate to break this to you, but
I'm gonna need some help.
Goodbye.
it's
We're dead. We're dead for the
you hung on for a while.
Oh yeah, we did.
There it is.
Oh no. Okay,
Game
don't worry about
over.
it. We'll start up another game.
We did a
Okay.
decent job, so good job, guys.
We did a horrible job. What are you guys talking?
No, you guys got
All
pretty
right.
far.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
pet peeves.
Shall we play again?
You know what?
Yeah,
Let me
yeah.
you know what? Let me get on. This,
Alright.
as
I don't-
because I'm
I
kind of-
Right.
I'll spin that a little bit. Like anything that annoys me inside of development, I try to recognize as a part of the process, and like there are clear lines of things that aren't okay and are okay, and like pet peeves are the things that are okay. Like maybe somebody disagrees with you on something creatively, and that is okay. Like I can be very attached to the things that I'm making, but like it's okay to let go of them. Like it's anything that can bother you is probably just going to make you a better person. And I would say my
Yeah,
pet peeves are probably things that I just try to embrace. Um,
yeah. All right. If that's it, Stojo said he has a question. He
What's
said
up,
his mic
Stojo?
is not working.
Hey,
Sure.
can you hear me?
Oh,
Hey,
Oh yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah,
can.
yeah.
What's your advice for new devs? Because there's a lot of new people joining GameJolt and becoming game
yeah,
developers.
yeah. Game Jolt's an amazing platform. I think there's such a great opportunity these days with the internet. Everybody is an arm's length away. You need to reach out to somebody, anybody really, and say, hey, I want to make a game, and then just commit to it.
Yeah,
You-
yeah,
you-
no, I completely agree. GameJolt's like very great at that because it has a bunch of different people with a bunch of different communities and all that.
Exactly.
100%, 100%. Like there's so much talent inside of Game Jolt. Crazy amount of Five Nights at Freddy's games. I didn't realize how many it was.
Yeah, we have a
before.
lot of FNAF stuff here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Actually, no. I think we
yeah,
all know,
fantasy
actually.
coming from you. I'm just kidding.
just wait.
Yeah.
Do-
There's
Doge
quite a
is-
lot of FNAF stuff. Yeah.
Doge is saying just me who can't hear anyone.
That's
Can-
probably a them problem because we're all talking and everyone
Okay,
else,
okay.
we can hear everyone else. So
Just
don't
just
know
making
what's
sure.
going on.
Just
Oh,
Don't
yeah,
know
I
what's
think-
going on
I
there.
think it's fine. for
Okay,
us,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it might
Yeah.
It may what?
not
Keep
be
on.
bad. So
Okay.
yeah, I think it should be mute all. I'm pretty sure there's a. All right, you can
Cool,
hear now.
cool.
All right, nice. All right. Anyway.
So, like-
So.
Go
Oh
for
yeah,
it.
you keep going.
I was just gonna say, like, for new devs, again, I would hope that I'm maybe like a little bit of a good example of. I don't know a lot of some of the more useful things of game development, but I'm always excited to contribute to a team. It's one thing that I'll maybe even say is, like, I've noticed there's this small trope of game development. Like, you can go in thinking you know a lot, and considering yourself an expert, but if you're not willing to put in the time that the rest of your teammates are, you are quite possibly less valuable than the guy who knows less than you, but is like putting in 4 times as much effort. Like, just do it. That, like, get that Shia Buffett meme in there. Just do it. Just make something. Find people that want to make it with you. You don't have to be great. You just have to make it. That's it.
That's such. Yeah, I completely
Yeah.
agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, y'all
that's
really
a
got
great statement. Yeah.
y'all got that going on right now, though, right? Like, y'all mind if I ask you questions during the interview?
I don't see why not.
Yeah,
All right.
of course.
We're all
New-
FNAF
new
fan game
episode.
devs, so.
Hanging out, it's fireside, right?
Yeah.
So, like, y'all
Yeah,
are four
yeah.
buds. How did y'all meet? How did this all come together? This is so cool that you've got like a large community, and you're all like highly motivated to make stuff happen. What started all of this? Are y'all friends at school? Did you meet online? I'm
Okay,
rambling
so-
out a bunch of questions.
Yeah. All right. So we've never met in real life. So yeah, that's not it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I
basically,
feel that.
I yeah. So a long time ago, not really a long time ago, like last year, I guess, or probably like the end of last year. It wasn't that long ago, actually. I started making a game, which is like a FNAF game, which is and it was like my first game. I'm not really gonna be like a real original game, but.
Sure.
I got on Game Jolt. I got a decent amount of following. I joined a bunch of Discord servers. I got a lot of people to help me with my games.
Mhm.
And Fazzy and well, I should say Martin, I met after Fazzy. So Fazzy was, I think, the first person I've met out of all of them. He was really good with 2D art, so he helped me with some of that. And yeah, and then Martin, I met him after I hosted this event, like that event that got canceled eventually because it was like it was really unprofessional. Well, not unprofessional, I said unorganized, and you know, it kind of
It
died
fell
down.
apart.
But we don't talk about that.
It-
And then after that, I met Stojo. This was in a voice call. I was in a voice call with some of my friends, and then some guy invited Stojo, or no,
Yeah,
Stojo was in.
Martin.
He was in the server, and I joined it with my friend. Okay, hold on. If I'm remembering correctly, I think I was in a voice chat in the Mary's Arcade server, and then Linksel
Yeah,
invited me,
yeah.
so I joined the voice chat, and then you were there, and then yeah, we just became friends. And then
Sick.
after that, I had a friend named Kona, bro. Or well,
Kona.
yeah, I guess I could call him friend.
There we go.
So
Do you
as a
really have
joke,
to?
I wanted to
I
interview
don't think.
him
I
on
don't
Game
think
Guild
you should have to bring
Fireside.
this up. But
No, it's fine. I
okay,
guess it's
okay,
an
okay,
interview.
okay.
I just wanted
If
to
you
interview him as a
insist, if
joke
you
on a
insist.
Fireside because like there's a new feature. And then no, yeah, it's nothing bad.
Um, I'll go.
So we went
If we're
on
all
a
gonna, if we're all
Fireside,
gonna
and I was like,
go
"What if I
about
just
how we. Oh,
interviewed
okay.
you?" Like,
I didn't realize you were talking about. Do
oh,
you
you
want
can
to
go
finish,
after
or
if you want. I have like five words left to say. I don't really have much left to say.
those 5 words?
So basically, no, not really 5 words, but so
Okay,
yeah, me
go on
and
then.
Kona did like like an interview through the Fireside,
Mhm.
and then Cross joined, and then I talked to him. I was like, "Yo, what if we made this like an actual like thing, like where we can actually interview people with a stream and everything? That would be really cool."
Mm-hmm.
And then it
Mhm.
actually happened. And then I told some of my good friends, which were Fazzy Martin and Stojo. They were like, "Yeah, sure, we'll do it." And then, boom,
Cool.
it was
That's
formed.
how it happened.
This alliance was formed.
That's great. That's
Yeah,
how it
pretty
should
much.
happen.
Yeah, that's how the magic happened. And then we interviewed
Mm-hmm.
rookie reviews.
Oh yeah, Ricky Reviews. He's also a good friend.
Yeah, love his
Yeah,
stuff.
sadly we shouldn't record the fireside though.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah,
what happened, but
that's when
it's sad.
we were
Yeah,
stupid.
very sad.
Hey, you gotta make mistakes, right?
Yep, true.
Yeah, everyone does.
True.
Cool. Cool. Very cool.
All right. I think we all the questions we have. I'll check if we have any more. No, I think that's it. So if anyone has questions in the chat, you can ask them. And
If you
then
have
if not,
questions
we
about
can continue hanging out.
what is it?
'Cause, yeah,
SwagShaw or his game, you can ask them now, and he'll try his best to answer them.
yeah.
What do you think the most hardest thing in game is? The most hardest thing in game dev? I would admit that it is a very competitive field. I would say that despite that, that's probably not the most difficult thing. I think like at least for my opinion, it's like a lot of people are their own worst enemy. It's a creative field. It's highly
Yeah.
competitive. Everybody wants to work on their profile, or not their profile, their portfolio. But like half the people aren't willing to give themselves credit on like some of the amazing stuff that they make. Like I, like a lot of this FNAF stuff is like that's some really high level quality game development. Like, sure, you might be using a system that's already existing, but like you're making models, you're developing either lore or aspects of gameplay that didn't exist. Um, like you can put a price tag on it, and people don't do that. And I don't know if it's just me projecting out to the community, because I know whatever I make, I want to put a price tag on. But like
Yeah.
in a competitive and saturated field, you can value yourself and you can still see results. And sometimes I think it's hard for people to accept that. Um, I don't know if that's directly what you're asking, Blue Girl 64. Like it is a little open ended, so I am giving like an opinion on it. Maybe you're asking about like Do I think it's art? Do I think it's networking? Do I think it's some other aspect? I always feel like it's super hard to start internally and then go externally, and like that's the most important battle for me.
Yeah, I got where you're coming from. Yeah, I think the hardest part of actually like there's this one image I saw where it's like a game dev text and then there's a line, and then it's like, oh, this is pretty easy to make, and then the rest of the line is just how does any game get released because it can be a challenge to do stuff like that.
Definitely. Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Been a
I think we have like a
challenge.
few more questions to go through.
Let's see here. Can I do the can? I can't.
Wait, what? We have 2 more questions, or
Yeah, I get it.
does the chat have 2 more questions?
What's the best 2D art tool? I use like 3 different art tools. It's whatever UI you're most experienced with. I would say, like I use Sprite, I use Clip Studio Art, I use Paint.net. Honestly, if I had to, I would use MS Paint. It's just whatever you're used to is going to be the most beneficial to you. Have you ever done a big goof while developing a game, like all the time? I'm not a programmer, and so like whenever my hands are inside of a game, there are like merge conflicts because I saved something weird or I renamed something for organizational purposes, so I could like figure out where something is, and it breaks stuff like just all of the time, all of the time. There'll deeper.
Any other questions?
This fireside thing is pretty neat.
Yeah,
do we have any game developers inside of the chat? I think somebody posted a game inside of here. I think it was the Glitch Demon.
I apologize if you hear a mower. Someone's appeared to be doing a mowing outside.
How dare they mow?
Don't they know who I'm talking to? Yeah.
They ruined it. I'm just kidding.
I'm streaming here.
Yeah.
All right. I gotta kill this guy. If anyone has any questions, just write them down.
Yeah, we're still taking questions. So yeah, ask all your burning questions.
Yeah, and then if not, we'll just chill here, play the game, and then I guess we'll end it because yes, because we have to.
Someone's asking you where the goldfish went.
Hello, Hollow Knight.
So yeah, where did your goldfish go?
I don't know. I wonder.
I think it's dead.
It was kind of neat, kind of chill.
Yeah. Sitting on in a fireside right now.
It's good. It's good branding.
What?
Branding.
Yeah.
Oh,
Uh,
that's weird.
oh, nice question, Mr.
Oh, that's a good
Maniac.
question. Mr. Maniac.
How do you generally keep track of ideas and concepts like that? These are there we go. So I generally use Discord a lot because it allows for file sharing. I did splurge for Nitro because sometimes I'm sharing larger files. But even before then, I was capable of using Discord without it. So you're able to quickly concept things when you're able to share them quickly. And then when you need to keep all in one place, I use something like Google. Trello is great for like when you have all of your ideas managed out and first, like then you just different departments. So really, game development is like in about 3 different departments. You have art, music, and programming. And so I normally put my Trello boards inside of that kind of manner. I have a finished and a back burner sometimes. Back burners, I'll put a word of caution out there. Back burner ideas often are just something you scrap. Always be looking at your scope. When it comes down to what you're trying to do, just if it's allowing you to keep track of what you're doing, that's going to be the most important thing. If like you're wanting to keep track of all of the ideas and concepts, sometimes like just writing something in Google Docs so everybody can see it is great. I'm a pen and paper kind of guy when it comes to ideas, and then I'll write them digitally for everybody to see. It just depends. Hollow Knight is asking, how do you keep ideas together and not making them separate things and joining them together nicely? Sometimes it doesn't join together nicely. Sometimes like it's just a creative process that hurts. That's again another thing to learn to enjoy. Like you're gonna disagree with somebody, or maybe like two ideas don't merge well. In a brainstorming process, I often find that like you need to be able to like move on to the next idea after you've explored one idea enough. Like you feel like you've gotten something out, and then you just say something completely different. You've been talking about bananas, now you want to talk about cats. Whatever. Like explore the ideas, say them, list them all out. They don't all match together. That's okay. Like it's fun to be able to have that type of communication and that kind of trust with somebody, and then look at the product that's going to be the best, not just like what you can look at what you want to make. I think if you're identifying your goals, like if you want to make like what you want to make, that's awesome, that's great, but like you might also want to like look what is the best product, what has the best game loop, what has the best like concept of art behind it. These are all factors that I think of with my teams. I don't know whether this was asked or not, but what inspired you to make this game? I would just say we already knew as a team, we knew we wanted to make an online multiplayer. We like kind of it was an entire day of what I was just talking about. Like some ideas didn't mesh. We hashed out a lot of things that we talked about. We did land on the fact that Lovers in a Dangerous Space Time was something that we could emulate. It could be online, which the game isn't traditionally. And we were like, that's all really cool, but like, what's the art? And then when we said, underwater submarine, it just clicked, and we went from there. Let's see here. So what is this collab thingy? What? Oh wait, it's an interview. I don't know.
I think you thought this was like a collaboration.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
no. So
Or
Suboptimal, the game that you're watching right now, is made with Dynamite Studios. A group of 10 people made this game. And Jaycorn reached out to me as one of the winners of the Party Jam that we won with this. We were second place winners, and we just thought it would be really cool to do this with them. And everybody else, thanks for reaching out again. I think contenders. When you can go down to the basics of it, like good silhouettes, good aspects of like color theory. But sometimes like you don't even need to think about like what a character needs to actually like look like. You need to think about their environment. So here's an example. Let's consider all of the characters inside of Suboptimal and the submarine itself. We knew that we wanted to have a space where you could see things that are coming up, and see the submarine and see the players. The players had to be small enough to be inside of the submarine, but detailed enough that like they weren't just like you couldn't like recognize what they were. These are divers. They have like little face masks like divers have. It's inside of a submarine. But like we came to like some percentage numbers with the submarine needed to be like 33% of the screen, so you could be experiencing other things while it was going on. Just in an aspect of game development, that's really important. Like, what kind of game do you have? Are you wanting to see a lot of your character or a little of your character? just context, I think, matters a lot. Let's see here. So, how many games you worked on, J-Corn? I still remember you for a long time.
That's a
How many games
J-Corn
have you?
question. J-Corn, that's for you.
Yeah. What you got?
So how many games did you make?
I'm gonna be honest. I feel like not that much. Probably like 3 games. I mean, I've only I'm working on one game right now.
If I can
But my
answer this,
second game
because I know for some reason.
is gonna be.
All I remember
Oh,
is that
wait, you want to answer?
Bethesda's Funland, a Willy's Wonderland game, and that's it.
Oh,
Yeah,
that game was terrible.
Can we?
And then there's another game I'm working on. I'm not gonna say it, but it's original this time, and it's not gonna be FNAF, and it's gonna hopefully be really good. I'm not sure, but you gotta wait and see. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I've only worked on like 3 games, but I mean, I've helped with a bunch of other games, but like only worked on by myself, like only like 3 or 2.
True.
So yeah, how about you, SwagShaw? How many games have you helped with or worked on? Or what games, I should say too.
I would say I've had in the last year I've had a fair amount of like tiny projects. So like I think I did like 1 jam before GMTK, so into the game before that I tried to make. I don't know. I think I've racked up like 10 projects, but they're not big projects. Like the only big projects I would say are 2 Time Towers and Suboptimal right now. But like mini games, like I'm doing a game jam right now with a team of 4, and we're just trying to have fun. I have a friend who like every month he'll do a game jam, and so it's just like a community thing to press ourselves. We're not trying to like grade it or rank it. We're trying to make something because it's good to practice that. So I try to be active about that. There's a weekly jam that I do, and it's not actually like make a game. It's like make a 3D model, and I try to participate in that like every week or every other week. Y'all ever seen PicoCAD?
Say again.
PicoCAD.
I've seen it.
Yeah. So I do some of that every week. I should probably post inside of Game Jolt. It's an entire platform that I don't utilize enough. Mr. Manic Guy is speaking in hands.
What even does? I don't even know what that says. How would you translate that?
What is this guy saying, Mr. Maniac Guy? Can you speak English, por favor?
His name speaks for himself.
True.
I think I just cut out for a second. It's fine now.
Doge from Game Jolt. You thinking about any major updates to the game? Yes. So I think you might have come in after I had said this, but one thing that we're wanting to do is add more levels. We have drafted up some ideas of a shark chase level where you're getting chased by a shark. That's just like an entire theme of a level that we're wanting to get at. Other things that we've talked about, of course, are more enemies, more environmental hazards. We have low-key talked about wanting to make this game 3D. Now, when I say that, I don't mean like a complete overhaul to make the perspective 3D. I mean like in a 2D space, the environment is 3D. But that's an entire aspect of scope that so far we haven't tried to approach, but that is something that we do genuinely want to do. How do you make an idea? Write it down. It's the Lang of Dream. Mr. Manic Guy, why? It's the same question again. Like we're chilling. Because oh boy, when I work, it sounds like you might burn yourself out if you're saying something like that. What feels right to not burn yourself out. Yeah. Burnout's a real worry. Like everybody that I talk to, everybody that I know, I've experienced it. Like you can't do too many game jams. You can't just like be like, I'm gonna make a million different projects. No, you can't do it. But like you always want to if you're a highly motivated person or you have a lot of ambition. The thing I would say that's super important is like figuring out like what you can do inside of one day and like what can then transfer into the next day. Like look at it from a day scope, a week scope, a month scope. Sometimes even just like look at the hours in a day and be like, I can commit 4 hours and not feel burnt out, but I have to stop at 4 hours. Everybody's schedule is going to be different. I'm a night owl. I'm actually up far too much in the daylight right now. It's like half of my friends are on the other side of the world, so I'm always up at like 3-4 a.m. and I'm genuinely happy and still making stuff. But that doesn't work for everybody. Just I would say like figure out what works for you, but it's a good question, but it's also very personalized. Maybe even like figure out if you're an introvert or an extrovert, how to gain some energy while you're doing things. That might be a nice way to balance it out. For now, I work 4 hours a day. Cool. Make sure to take time for yourself. Have your weekends. It seemed. Are you, out of curiosity, are you like making your profile pics? Because this is like really high concept art. Like, wait. So when I asked that,
if you're talking to me,
no, I'm talking to Blue Girl 64. Although all of you have some pretty crazy profile pics.
no, I actually commissioned someone to make mine. If that's what you're asking.
That's also smart.
For some reason, like all of a sudden, just right now, like everyone's mic started cutting out. I don't know if it's just me. It's fine now. It's fine now.
Jacob, what is going on
Right,
with the
and it
screen?
says, wait, is it
What's
lagging?
happening with his screen? What?
It's probably the bit rate.
Interesting. It should be fine, I think. Oh yeah, but anyway, if anyone else has questions, you can ask them, and then I guess like a couple more, like let's say like 3 more questions, and then I guess that'll be it. We can end it today. End it for today, and then then we'll have another episode in the future in maybe a couple of days. We'll see. And then yeah, so if anyone has any questions, just send them. That would be very cool.
What is going on in the background?
Sorry.
Don't worry, it's what.
Mr. Manic Guy asks, what programs do you mainly use to make your games and assets? Yeah, I think that's a good question. So I do work with Unity, but of course you can work with plenty of free platforms out there. Construct 3 right now for Ludum Dare is free. I'd recommend giving that a look. So I use Unity. I'm not a programmer, but I can look at code. I use like what is it, Studio something?
Visual Studio.
Visual Studio. Yes, I use Visual Studio. For when I am looking at code, art programs, Aspray, Paint.net, Clip Studio, Paint. I also use other programs like JuiceFX. In fact, we use JuiceFX for suboptimal, for like the squishier background pieces like the coral, because it just takes a static image and then it makes it wavy.
I've seen that.
Yeah, I would just recommend, like, I'm particularly lazy no matter what I do. So whatever I am using, I want to make sure is going to make these like really nice quick assets as as like cheap and dirty as possible. There's there's no real limit to the things that you can use. I would just say find what works best for you, and I'm always happy to like merge two programs together in my workflow if it means I'm going to get something quicker.
Is the stream not loading, guys, or if it is, I can.
Sorry.
I'm still
try to put it
capable
on.
of seeing it.
Alright.
Loading. I'm not having any issues.
Alright, nice. That's good. Probably just something with their internet.
Hmm.
But yeah. Alright, anyone else have any other questions? Right now, I think I'm lost. Let me check where I am. Okay.
Out of curiosity, how many keys do y'all have?
I think
Keys?
we have
Let me
two.
check. I don't.
So you can't check it on the
Two.
map, sadly. That was a feature that we weren't able to add.
I think we.
Oh wait, I think we have
Yeah, I
one.
think so. Right. Oh, excellent one on the mine or the bomber, however we call it.
I think we have one because it seems like the boss bud and it's not
Blue
spawning
girl
anymore.
asked, when I work, I have to direct, animate, model, sometimes compose music, and program. Do you think I need assistance? I mean, maybe. It's if you're asking me, I would say I would never want to do all of those things all at once. But then if you ask somebody like Toby Fox, who spent 2 years doing all of that stuff, he might be like, yeah, I want all the money for what I'm doing. But he also like burnt himself out and like caused some pretty severe damage to his wrist while he was like composing and drawing and writing a bunch. Like it might be beneficial to explore the fact that it's important to have limits and that there are people that are just amazing inside of the community that that can do the very things that you're wanting to do, and they can make your timeline a lot shorter. I'm always happy to grow my network because it means that like one day that I might work with somebody and I get to experience some additional aspect of game development. Mousetrap says, "Bless you," to the person who sneezed.
Interesting. Very amazing. All right. I guess we can say like one more question, and then I'm gonna end it for today, and then yeah, and then maybe we can do like a part 2 or something with SwagShaw if he ever wants to in the future.
Yeah, I'd love to do this again. This is very chill. Cool. Yeah.
So yeah, one more question if anyone has any, if not, then we'll end here. So yeah.
Thanks to everyone who's here for the fireside. Thank you for asking questions, for watching my game. We're really happy with the fact that we won the Game Jolt Party Jam. It was an amazing opportunity, and it continues to have amazing opportunities like this. And just again, I can't be thankful enough for people like y'all, and it makes it all worthwhile. I don't know if we have another question, but I just want to say thank you.
I don't see a big red button. Is this what you're talking about? Are you joking? Or are you referring to something in the game? Because I'm not sure.
I think it's A joke.
It's a reference. Yeah, I think it was a joke. I think I missed a joke. I think that's it for today. But yeah, I'd like to thank everyone for coming because
Yeah. Thanks for
obviously without
joining.
you, then there would be no show. And
Yeah.
yeah, thank you very much. If you have anything to say, you can say them in the next 5 seconds. 5, 4. No,
4.
okay, I'll give it a little more time.
3,
1 minute.
2,
No. 30
2 and a
seconds. 30
half.
seconds is good. Oh, okay.
Yeah, follow
Everyone go
Suboptimal.
follow
Yeah, everyone go
Yeah,
follow it.
SwagShaw and
go
Suboptimal.
follow the game. It's
And
pretty
then
good.
yeah. And I hope you were
Alright.
inspired today because of course, yeah.
This game
Goodbye
is
everyone.
pretty fun,
See
actually.
you later.
All right, this was fun.
It is pretty fun, yeah. All
Bye,
right.
everyone.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us.
Bye.
We're gonna end it. I'm gonna end it.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Uh. That was kind of fun.
That was good.
Yeah.
I felt
That was a
I
good.
too professional.
That was